digitalization is the solution to all our problems. That's what we've been hearing the past days at the Offshore Energy Convention 2023. It's a solution to staff shortages, higher costs, climate change, speeding up the transition, having more fun, and bad weather. But how to do it? Nobody really knows why. And is this sector really innovative, or are we lagging behind? I'm going to talk with that a bit. Maaike de Rover. Hi, Maaike, you're Program Manager Digitalization at Huisman.
Yep.
Huisman, we know you of the very big machines that you make, not as a digitalization company.
No, we're innovative if it concerns heavy lift equipment, but also in the area of digitalization.
What do you do?
What we do a lot of things, but the most important thing that we do, if it considers digitalization, is we are looking for where can we add value to our customers via digitalization. Because a lot of people talk about digitalization, but digitalization is not a purpose in itself, but it can be an enabler to meet changing customer demands.
Well, we're going to use your use case also to look a bit at the industry. When I think of the offshore industry, we saw so many innovations the past 2 days. I think this is the most innovative, hence most digital sector probably anywhere in the world.
Agreed.
But is it also the most digital one?
To my opinion, not yet. I think we are very, as you just mentioned, we're very innovative as a sector if it concerns hardware. But if it concerns digitalization and if we compare ourselves to other B2B-related industries, we're not ahead. And sometimes, and in some areas, behind.
How is that possible?
Because we love physical products.
Yeah.
And because the knowledge base within our industry is focused on the physical products and not the digital side yet. So everyone knows that we have to do it, but the main challenge, I think, is how to do it and what to do it, because there's so many opportunities. So what do you do first, and how do you find the right people to do it?
Because we heard the past 2 days here at the convention a lot, digitalization is going to solve our problems. Staff shortages, balancing supply and demand, connecting the grids, speeding up, working for bigger distances. Is that true? And should we step up our game, or should we not have so much expectation from digitalization and stick with people and hardware?
It's a combination of both. So I do not believe that digitalization will replace our offline business, but it can help us to speed up, to make things more efficient, and to move towards, for example, reactive maintenance towards predictive maintenance. So it's end-end.
Okay, so take us
through. We should not lose our strength.
Do both.
Yeah.
Digitalization, where did it start for you? What's your starting point?
For Huisman, it started about 3 years ago, in which we took a year, and that's very important, we took a year to prepare. So, okay, digitalization, what does that mean? What problems should it solve? Internally, but more, even more important, obviously, for our customers. So which problem are we trying to solve, or which challenge are we trying to solve for our customers? So in that year, we formed a customer advisory board. So we invited 5 of our most important customers, both from the operational side as well as from the supply chain side, to join this customer advisory board. And right from the start, so the strategic route we've chosen, but also the business plan, we asked them, okay, we think we should take this route. Do you agree? Would that solve your challenge or the problem that you have at Huisman at that moment? And so every step of the way, we asked them their opinion, their vision.
I'm going to quote for the 7th time, I think, this convention, Henry Ford. He said, when I ask my customers what they want, they said, I want a faster horse, because they have never seen a car. Isn't that the same with digitalization? That if you ask people, what do you want digitalization to do, is what we already do, just faster.
Yes, true. So the mistake I made, this first customer advisory board meeting, was asking open questions. What would you like? What would you like us to do? What is it that you're waiting for? That didn't work, indeed, because then you get the standard things or nothing at all, and the conversation takes a route that you don't want to have. So the next meeting, we prepared closed questions.
Yeah.
Okay, we have scenario A, B, C. Which scenario would you prefer and why?
Okay.
And the interesting thing is that they did not only look at what would help them, but they also advised us what they believe we should do to help us further as an organization.
What were the most important outcomes?
That we were doubting, okay, if we take upon a new way of working, a digital way of working for a part, then you also keep an offline way of working. And sometimes for the same kind of services. So that brings actually more inefficiency than efficiency, right? Because then you have two different organizations working besides each other. So our customers actually said, okay, you should not wait too long before you force us, being the customer, to work via this new way of working digital-wise. Why we were kind of hesitant, they said, you should force us.
Okay, and did you do that?
Not yet.
Not yet. But
We've been live with this platform since last October, previous year, so 1 year only.
what is the platform? It's called Huisman. What does it do?
We have 5 digital products. It's a web shop that everyone knows that, so it's an efficient way to order your spare parts. It's a technical library, so all your documents can be found in one place. It's a ticketing system, so all the questions our customers ask will be in that system. And the customer can determine whether it is high, low, or medium priority.
Yeah.
Obviously, they cannot put all questions on high priority. And for that third product, I thought it's never going to work because everyone hates a ticketing system, right? But from the customer side, they said no, because then we know what kind of questions we have with your company, and we can determine the priority. And it's transparent because you can track and trace the progress of you solving our questions. Fourth is a project module. So from the sales phase up to and including project phase and inspection and commissioning is all in one platform. So all information, documentation, everything that is communicated between us and the customer is 24/7 available on this platform, including the progress of a project. And the last product that is going to be developed next year is moving towards from reactive to predictive maintenance. So a data platform within the platform.
Okay. These first steps are basically doing digitally what you would normally do face-to-face or over the phone. This last thing really is that's a whole new way of working.
Exactly. So the first 3 digital products is actually creating efficiency, both for our customers as well as for us. And it makes also that people within the company can focus on value-adding activities for the customer instead of, the things you don't want to worry about. So it's actually automating the non-value-adding stuff. The last 2 are indeed creating new types of business models.
Yeah. Let's start with the first one. The big risk, of course, is that the only interface between you and your customer is digital. You don't really see them anymore. You lose the human touch. In the end, you lose the customer.
Yeah, but that's not right, because you don't lose the human touch. A lot of people think it creates distance between your customer and Huisman in this case. But that's not the case, because all the stuff you don't want to worry about is digitalized and automized, but not the context. So you can actually talk with your customer about the nice things, the innovative products, instead of...
Yeah, okay. Let's move to the real disruptive part, where you say we're going to predictive maintenance. Mm-hmm. How is that going to work?
I have no idea.
How is that?
That's not completely true, but no, it is true in a way that I don't know, because we have a lot of smart people within Huisman that do know. But to digitalize data to information and then in the end serving your customer with it, that's still in the infancy phase, in the sense that we're still designing, okay, what is it that we really want? Because there are so many opportunities. And again, we'll make this product, this new digital product, together with our customer. So we do have some pilots ready, but it's not in maturity phase yet. So that's the next big thing for 2024.
How's the journey to get there? How does it look like?
The journey so far, or the journey ahead?
The journey ahead.
The journey will never be finished, right? Because some people say, okay, you're going to digitalize and it's a project. It has a beginning and an end, but that's not the case. It's a change in the way you do business with your customers. So this is the roadmap that we have so far. So that's still 2026, but there are so many things changing in our world and rapidly, especially in the arena of the, digitalization, that there are so. The problem is not to think of what is next, but in which order we're going to do it, because there are so many opportunities, and yeah.
What you've been doing the last 3 years, does it mean you have developed a few digital projects that makes your life easier? Or have you transformed your company into a digital thinking, digital first place?
I think if you compare where we are 3 years ago up till now, it's a big change, but we're not there yet. But I am very surprised and pleased with the rate of adoption internally. And we do invest a lot of time and energy in taking people with us, ask them for their opinion. So that helps in getting the adoption rate as high as possible.
Yeah, what helps? Because I can imagine it has to work. If it doesn't work, people don't like it. It has to be easy to understand, or people need to feel involved. Is it, what's more, should it work or should people be part of it?
Well, if it concerns does it work, I always tell people, and the team does as well, it's never going to work perfectly right from the start. We will fail. But the idea is that we bring new digital products live fast, so we fail fast, we can learn fast, and we can improve based on feedback of our internal customers and our external customers.
Okay, so the next question I could ask you is, if there are other companies also want to embark on the same journey that you did 3 years ago, where should they start? Are you willing to share that? Or do you say, no, this is our competitive edge, this is how we can outcompete all the others?
I think the only way we can really transform as an industry in the arena of digitalization is working together and sharing knowledge and expertise. To my opinion, we don't do that or not enough. So yes, of course, everyone is welcome.
How important is it for your system to function that the upstream and downstream part of your value chain are also digital?
Crucial.
Yeah?
Crucial, yes.
For them to understand it or for things to interconnect?
Both. But you know, you can do two things. Everyone can do it for themselves. Hire the right people, invest in building platforms and everything the like. All for themselves. And you know, you were talking about human capital and how hard it is to find the right people. Not everyone has the same amount of money to invest in digital. So if you would do much more together, it would go way faster, more efficient, and we can learn from each other. Yeah, that's really something. I think it's so stupid that we don't.
Okay, I want to go on a digital journey. I'm slightly late to start, but I want to start tomorrow. What are my first steps?
Talk to your customers and think. Do not put digitalization on your strategic agenda as a goal in itself. Digitalization is nothing without translating it to added value for your customer. But then
my CEO says, I just want an app because my children have apps.
You say, okay, fine, but I'm not going to do it because I don't believe that will work.
Do you need a strong backbone to survive digitalization?
In the phase we are to date, I think, I think you do. But a strong back is something different. You need to be able to reason it, to explain why you should do it in a certain way.
Do you need to know most about digitalization and you can learn a little bit about your primary process while you're doing it? Or you need to understand your primary process and can learn some things about digitalization?
I do think that you need dedicated people for it. And one of the pitfalls is that companies try to digitalize the current way of working. You should never do that. You should start with a blank sheet. And obviously, you should incorporate that what works. But you should never digitalize the current way of working without looking at opportunities to improve.
So start with, in the ideal situation, how would it work? And then think, ooh, what could digitalization do for it?
Yeah.
What's going to be your next big project?
Well, we have some exciting things on our roadmap, but that's maybe something to tell about next year.
Next year. Well, we definitely want to see you back, and good luck taking yourself, taking your own company, and all your customers on this incredible journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Big applause for Maaike.